Street Fighter, the fighting game that created a community of gamers all across the world, is finally getting another iteration to the series. The impact of Street Fighter on the FGC and gaming as a whole has been tremendous, but let's remember, no game is perfect. Today, we're going to talk about the history of Street Fighter V and see if Street Fighter VI will hold up to our expectations. For starters, let's try to answer some questions. First off, what were the main issues with Street Fighter V? And secondly, how can Street Fighter VI improve on what's already there? Let's dive right in and discuss this highly debated topic. What were the main issues with Street Fighter V? On a more casual side of things, the game had one of the worst launches I have ever seen. They had a starting roster of 16 characters, which is wonderful, but it's almost like most of the characters was all that was done, and the stages themselves weren't anywhere near finished. When it comes down to it though, there simply wasn't enough game to launch. The brand new V system was an interesting enough concept, but it was just that at the beginning, a concept, rather than a game-changing mechanic such as the parry from Street Fighter 3 or the focus attack from Street Fighter 4. It wasn't fully fleshed out yet. The V system did end up being something amazing by the time the Champion Edition came out, but why do we have to wait all these years to finally get a finished product? And this isn't a new thing in the gaming industry. Even in games in other genres like Cyberpunk fall into this same cycle where they come out buggy and broken with little to no content for players to get into, and Street Fighter V was no exception to that rule. The only modes that were available were online multiplayer, survival, trials, and a story mode, if you can really call it that. I really hope the devs take time to see what they can actually do to give us a finished product instead of giving us what they did with Street Fighter V and having us all have this weird moment where we're like, this is not what I paid for. I hope that doesn't happen this time. How can Street Fighter VI improve on what 5 has accomplished? The main thing I think we all want from Street Fighter VI is an amazing launch. We want there to be proper online matchmaking, not the teleporting and frame dropping gameplay that we've known to love in Street Fighter V. There needs to be a good cast of unique characters. I'm not the only one who saw the starting roster of Street Fighter V and were upset to not see all the iconic characters that came throughout the series. It's just really strange for the roster that we had. Also, there needs to be proper offline modes for people to play. There actually has to be a real story mode like they finally implemented into Street Fighter V. Real actual modes for people to play offline so they can truly feel like they're getting a full game. The V system is really interesting. I love the way that every character has like 2 different unique things that they can do with their V triggers and V skills and V dashes, whatever you want to call it. All the different V options are actually really cool. However, I know some of the V system options are a little bit too powerful. Like for some V triggers for characters, like for example, Urian and Gil, it's almost like they're okay with losing at the start because they'll always have an OP V trigger to immediately come back. It's stuff like that that isn't as interesting and kind of diminishes some of the skill in the game, but it is something that we can always look out for Street Fighter VI. As someone who really enjoys the Street Fighter games, I really hope the devs will put their best foot forward toward making Street Fighter VI a great iteration to the series. Alright, and that is it for the video, guys. Do you think Street Fighter VI will flop? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.